What up? What up? What up? Welcome to the Lair Game, episode 189. This is the average man's perspective on football. You know we're just going to miss 200 this year. We're going to be very close. I think it might be like 3 episodes away.
Let's do one on Christmas Eve.
We're going, but what we got? What 4 more weeks left in the season, and we had 189 already. Yeah. And then we got like 4 weeks of playoffs.
Yeah,
we might be like a 195, 196. I don't know. But before we get started, I want to encourage everyone. Well, let me introduce myself. I am Marcus, your co-host.
I'm the GOAT. The GOAT. I'm the greatest of all time.
It's the Easter
undisputed.
Bunny.
Undisputed.
What is that back?
It's the Easter Bunny.
It's the Easter Bunny. It's the Eagles Easter Bunny.
Okay.
Next up, we got Herman. Say what up, Herman?
Hey. Yes, I am.
I'm trying to see if we can get some of that good luck that the Eagles were hoping for, on the show. Put the Easter Bunny back there. It didn't help them at all, but maybe help us. I don't know.
You're going to have to tell us the story because I don't know what it. I don't know that.
Me either. That's why I'm looking like.
Yeah, I ain't heard about this. Well, let me say what up, Brian.
Thank you for joining us.
See how it threw me off. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me. They coming to see the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Y'all didn't hear about this story? How they put the Easter Bunny? That's the league. That's the Eagles locker room. That Easter Bunny is in. Before the game last week against the Chargers, they put the Easter Bunny in there to help ramp the spirits or something. Y'all didn't read that? Y'all didn't hear about that story?
No. And that's the dumbest thing I heard. No wonder they lost.
Why the Easter Bunny? Like, what the?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Well, y'all didn't hear about that?
No. I don't listen to that.
Google it. That's the Eagles locker room back there, and they put the Easter Bunny in the Eagles locker room.
I ain't gonna listen to that.
I say, would your light go off or something? It's dark now.
I did it.
Oh, your screen on your mom must have went dim. Hey, can you make me bigger? Can I take up the whole bottom?
No, you can't.
No,
that's not how it works. Okay.
I try.
Before we get started, I want to encourage everyone to like, share, and subscribe. Especially if you're watching on YouTube, you can catch us on our Facebook group, The Lair Game. We're on X at The Lair Game 3, on Instagram at The Official The Lair Game, and on TikTok at The Lair Game 91. You can also catch us on the Aboriginal Sports Network. We broadcast over there at the same time we broadcast over here. So when we're done here, going over there and check those guys out. They do a little bit of everything, NFL, Major League Baseball, WWE. They do it all over there. They might even do hockey. I haven't seen hockey. I wouldn't be surprised. They do it all over there. So going over there and check out the Aboriginal Sports Network. What's it? Week 14 is in the books. Week 15 is coming up. Some playoff hopes for some teams are looking mighty slim at this point. Mighty slim. But I still think some teams are very wide open to winning the division. Even though I hate that team, I still think they can win this division. So who's hosting? Herman, you're hosting tonight. So go ahead and start us off, Herman.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. Going to do our news stories, hot topics, review the games, pick the games for this week. We're going to pick tonight's game right now, though, since it's getting ready to kick off. So who you got, Brian?
I have the Buccaneers winning this game.
All right. Marcus, who you got?
I got the Bucks.
All right. Mark called in. Mark's not going to be on the show tonight, unfortunately, but he did call in his pick for tonight. He's got the Bucks. And I will go ahead and round that out with the Bucks. So that's all 4 of us going with the Bucks tonight. Nobody has any faith in Atlanta. Watch Atlanta win.
Not with Cousins playing.
Watch Atlanta win.
Look, Herman, Cousins.
Prime time.
Suck already. It's prime time. No, I don't want no parts of that.
It's bizarro NFL year. So, all right. Let's get into our news stories. I'm going to throw it back to Marcus for the first news story of the week.
Thanks, Herman. After spending 5 years away from the NFL, Phillip Rivers is out of retirement. The 44-year-old quarterback signed Tuesday with the Indianapolis Colts to join their practice squad. There is a chance he could play in his first game since 2020 when the team travels to face the Seattle Seahawks. Contributing to the Colts' playoff push is a challenge that Rivers said he is excited to tackle. The extended time of retirement, Rivers' age, and the quick ramp-up period raised questions about whether the former Colts and Chargers standout would be proficient in leading an offense in 2025. Indianapolis is desperate to find out after Daniel Jones suffered a season-ending Achilles injury. I wasn't really hanging on to any type of hope of playing again, Rivers said after his arrival at the team facility. I kind of thought that ship had sailed, but something about it excited me. It's kind of one of those deals. A door opens, and you can either walk through it and find out if you can do it or run from it. We'll talk about this.
That's wild.
We'll talk about it hot topic.
That's wild. That's wild. Wow. All right. Yeah.
I hadn't seen that. Ooh, that's wild. That is wild.
Yeah.
They
That
couldn't
is
find
wild.
anybody else. I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say about it. Like he's resetting the clock.
Wait. We got a whole topic about it.
Oh, is it the whole topic? Oh, yeah, you're right. That's right. It is a topic about it. Okay, my bad. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and read my story. Shedeur Sanders said Wednesday that he's not thinking of the final 4 games of the season as an audition to be the Browns' starting quarterback in 2026, but he acknowledged the importance of the opportunity. In a post-game interaction with Tennessee Titans rookie quarterback Cam Ward, the number 1 pick overall, after the two faced off in Week 14, Sanders was asked about his plans for the offseason, but said his focus was on the remainder of the season. Quote, "This is my life here, so we on 2 different spectrums right now." Sanders, the 144th overall pick in this year's draft, told local reporters Wednesday, quote, "I got to focus on playing my best and being the best player I can for the team. And obviously the situations are different. I know he puts his all into these games and these final 4 games, but it's just a little bit different because you don't know what could happen." So, I mean, Sanders has been looking pretty good if the Browns would stop trying to sabotage him.
Yeah, he looked really good last week.
He did.
Very good.
And then you get stupid calls and stupid stuff from the head coach. That should be a hot topic too, but maybe we'll talk about that.
What you always say, Herman? The coaches outcoached themselves.
Yeah, man, just doing stupid stuff. Watch how smart I am and just be dumb. God, it just drives you crazy. All right, Brian, go ahead and read your news story.
All right. Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud completed a 9-yard pass to Jaden Higgins during the first quarter of Sunday night's game against the Chiefs at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. But then the NFL replay assistant stepped in and said it was a 10-yard completion. Chiefs coach Andy Reid disagreed, as it appeared that Higgins stepped out of bounds before getting the first down. But before the play was reviewed, referee Clay Martin announced that the league's replay assistant got the call wrong. Huh? That's right. It's a new one, right? Here's how replay assist works via the NFL. Replay officials located in the NFL stadium replay booths at designated members of the NFL officiating department in Art McNally Game Day Central at the league's office in New York may provide on-field officials with objective information regarding on-field rulings, the correct application of playing rules. One would think the replay officials saw the same thing everyone was watching on TV saw, but they got it wrong. Most NFL fans couldn't believe it because it's not something they have seen before. But some weren't surprised because it was another example of officiating issues this season.
When replay starts getting it wrong, we got problems.
That's what I'm like.
How you get replay wrong? You can just rewind, zoom in,
Yeah,
get another angle. That's
I don't know. Maybe the dude got excited and just jumped too fast.
Man,
Maybe didn't look at it enough.
Man, all right. I guess all right. We're moving into the hot topics now. I tried to beat him. All right. So let's get into our first hot topic, and this is one that's been all over the news outlets, and everybody's talking about it. So why not talk about it? All right. You know, I love to talk about this guy anyway. So, in your opinion, are you gonna play the clip? I guess after
you read it. Yeah.
All right. In your opinion, do the Eagles have a Jalen Hurts problem, an AJ Brown problem, or is it just another problem? Take a listen to this clip.
Yeah, here's the context for this question.
They don't have a Jalen Hurts problem. The dude's led them to 2 Super Bowls. All right. And was great in one. Great in both, really.
Yeah. Better than the loss.
They have an A.J. Brown problem. All right.
That's true.
They are forcing the ball. Now, you can say that's Jalen forcing him the ball, but it's because of the presence of A.J. Brown and all his chatter and all his complaining. By the way, haven't heard a peep from him during this 3-game loser streak. He's talked, but he's been good. He hasn't complained or anything. Look, the first 9 games when they were 8-1 or 8-2?
Well, 7-2 in the first.
7-2. I'm sorry. Look at the targets. 7, 4 catches. Now, look at the last 3. The last 3 games are essentially the best 3 games of the season for A.J. Brown statistically. I am, of course, not saying they shouldn't be trying to get the ball to A.J. Brown. I am saying it has to be within the flow of their offense. He is clearly forcing it to A.J. Brown, and that is becoming a problem. They're 0.
Okay, that's the clip.
All right.
Okay.
So let's get this one kicked off and started. Marcus, since you brought it up, I'll let you, and you're a Hurts apologist, I'll let you start first.
Well, just for context and give credit, that was Chris Broussard from First Things First. And I
now we're giving credit to places because we don't give Colin Cowherd his credit every day. So go ahead.
Ooh.
First of all, I'm 100% in agreement with Chris Broussard. As you can tell by the graphic that's on the screen right there, look at the first 9 games where they weren't targeting AJ much at all. And then look at the last 3 games, which they have lost. And he's had 3 touchdowns, targets 11, receiving yards up more than double. And like he also said, Jalen Hurts, 2 Super Bowl appearances where he outplayed what is considered the greatest quarterback of our generation right now, Patrick Mahomes. Outplayed him in both games. Lost one, but won one, but outplayed him in both games. I don't think they have a Jalen Hurts.
How do you outplay somebody and lose? I'm just curious.
Because it's a team game.
Oh, yeah, but then you don't wait. If it's a team game, then he did not play him in the win either.
Statistically, he had a better game than Mahomes.
See how that works
in both the Super Bowl appearances. Okay, statistically, he had a better game, and he was the better quarterback that day. This team just wasn't better in that one game. And yes, AJ Brown is a problem. It's obvious that they are forcing him the ball. And also, I attribute it to not only AJ Brown problem. I think it's a OC problem. I think it was an offensive coordinator problem. I don't think it's a Jalen Hurts problem at all. Jalen Hurts has proved to be a top quarterback in this league. He's a Super Bowl champion, has been a Super Bowl twice. Like I said, outplayed Patrick Mahomes in both of those Super Bowl appearances. And I think it's pretty obvious. And he's also, I think he has in the years since he's been in the league, I can't verify this, but if you look it up, he's not the number 1, he's close. He has a top winning percentage since he's been the starter of the Philadelphia Eagles out of any quarterback.
It's a team game, you just said. So,
and then he thought like a real ugly pick in that first Super Bowl.
It doesn't matter.
Game. Okay,
it doesn't matter. He has the top winning percentage since he's been starting, and I think number 2 is your boy. And number two is your boy, Dak Prescott. I think he has the second highest winning percentage in the league last couple of years. And there's no way you would be giving Dak Prescott as much doubt as you give Jalen Hurts if he took you to 2 Super Bowls, outplayed Patrick Mahomes in both of them, and won one of them. You two are being hypocrites. There's no way.
You really aggressive today, boy.
Ain't he though?
There's no way that you would be giving Dak Prescott this much grief the way I give Jalen Hurts. Period. If Dak Prescott had done for the Cowboys what Jalen Hurts has done for the Eagles, they do not have a Jalen Hurts problem. They have an AJ Brown problem, and they have an OC problem.
Okay. So I'm gonna go next since the apologist just went. I need to level up.
Herman, read that first real quick.
Oh, okay. AJ Brown had 13, 12, and 10 targets over the last 3 games. That's a 15 target average. Over the rest of their games, his average is 7 targets per game. So they definitely made it a point to get him the ball. Hurts is still bad. Now, Let me explain to you, and I agree with you 100%, Marcus, that it is definitely obvious. And the reason it's obvious is because the Eagles have a Jalen Hurts problem, and it's twofold. Okay. And I'm glad you kind of brought up Dak because it's going to help to show some things. And let me tell you what the biggest problem is with Jalen Hurts.
Damn it, Herman, you're gonna steal my thunder.
Maybe Jalen Hurts is not a leader. He does not lead that team. Okay, that's why your diva wide receiver is in the news, basically throwing him under the bus. How many of his teammates came to his defense after these recent thrown under the bus? None. How many teammates came the last time we had this whole AJ Brown issue thing? None. Because he does not lead. They're not following him. He does not lead. He's just their quarterback. Now, you say that it's an AJ Brown and a offensive coordinator problem, right?
Yes.
What do you think Brian Schottenheimer and and Dallas' offensive coordinator do with Dak? They put the game plan together with Dak. Dak basically puts the game plan together. He is what the driving force behind the game plan for Dallas. That's why he has one of the highest win percentages in the league. The only thing Dak is missing is the Super Bowls, and that's because it's a team sport, like you said. At least it is when they lose, because that's when you like to use it when they lose, when it's just his and his winning is him. But it's because Dallas hasn't been a good team. If you watch Dak play the game on the sidelines and watch Jalen Hurts play the game and on the sidelines, it's two totally different things. You don't see Jalen talking to his offensive line. He just sits there in the corner looking crazy. Nobody defends this dude. Nobody comes out and defends him. Nobody. The head coach barely defends him, in all honesty, when you think about it. So you do have a Jalen Hurts problem because nobody wants to get behind this dude and follow him. That's where the biggest problem is. He gets in the press conferences and says this crazy lines that he looked like he was looking it up and Googled it off the internet. Something just stupid out his mouth when they're having bad times. It's not about hate. It's not. The dude can't lead. He don't lead. And that's where the problem is. Because if he led, I guarantee you AJ Brown would not be doing what he's doing. You ain't never seen no receiver. You never saw CD come out and throw Dak under the bus. Hell, Dez Bryant didn't throw Dak under the bus.
So Tony Romo wasn't leading when no, actually that wasn't
Donovan
McNabb wasn't leading when T.O. threw him under the bus?
No, they didn't like him. A lot of people didn't like Donovan McNabb when he was with the Eagles. I mean, didn't he? No, that was T.O. that got into the fight, but no, a lot of people didn't like. But that's the problem. That's where the problem lies. Is nobody like where is the support for this dude? And that tells you right there. It's a I bet. I bet did nobody go to his birthday party.
Well, hey, look, maybe his wedding. Maybe we need to find out who.
Maybe that, but I just feel like they don't look at him as a leader. They just see him as their quarterback. AJ Brown will be gone next year. He'll be gone because you don't get rid of Hurts. I'm not going to say he's not a franchise quarterback, but it's hard when your franchise quarterback don't lead, and then there's nobody else on the offense to lead. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's just nobody else there. Like Michael Irvin talked about. I'm gonna interrupt this. Michael Irvin talked about with Troy Aikman. Michael Irvin, as diva as he was, would never say nothing to Troy Aikman because Troy Aikman was a dog and he knew better. They don't look at Hurts like that, and that's where the problem is. So you have a problem with your quarterback. All right, Brian.
Yeah, you kind of on point, Herman, with the leadership part of it. Although Jalen is not vocal, that's his part. I mean, he does lead in his own way, but it's just not strong, and he's not the head of that team. And like you said, his own coach. You remember, like I think it was, I don't know if it was last year before. Him and his coach didn't get along.
Yeah,
he wouldn't even talk to the coach. He would talk to the offensive coordinator. Wouldn't even talk to the head coach.
Yep.
So. That dynamic, Jalen has been, what do you say? You're wrong for the Jalen has been under the gun, and he's never been what they really wanted. He's just been what they took. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then the biggest problem with Jalen this year is the fact that he's not running the offense he's designed to run. What does Jalen do best?
Run the ball,
play action, handoff.
read options.
You know what Jalen's stats are this year? So last year he rushed for 630 yards in 15 games. He averaged he had 150 attempts. He averaged 4.2 yards a carry, and he had 14 touchdowns. You know what he's done this year? He has 337 yards. Now, it's 2 more games now. He missed 2 games. So he did 15. This is 13 games. He has 337 yards. He has 3.8 yards a carry. He only has 88 attempts, and he only has 8 touchdowns. So either he has or the offensive coordinator, somebody has changed this plan to just let Jalen be back there and just throw the ball and not run, which is not his game. He is not going to be that type of quarterback. He's not built to stand there in the pocket with those tall offensive linemen and just dart the ball to everybody. That's just not his game. He's play action. He's rollouts. He's quarterback design runs. Until the offensive coordinator or Jalen decides to run like they were before and make that dual threat, he's hurting Saquon's statistics because the defenses are not worried about Jalen running. And they are killing Saquon. Now, Saquon's not the same running back he was last year, but he's definitely not having the opportunities that he had before because of the dual threat thing. So it's either on Jalen or it's on this offensive coordinator. You're trying to tell me that put those statistics back up for that wide receiver, please. 114 yards a game opposed to 50. And you're telling me that it's better to have 50?
Yeah.
Is it better to win or lose? Is it better to win or lose?
I would like to know how many interceptions has he thrown trying to throw to AJ Brown, because that's the statistic that
I think quite a few, and especially that last game.
No, I don't think he has.
Jalen is very, very scared. He don't want no picks. That game was an anomaly. He rarely throws picks because he's scared to throw in traffic.
Yeah.
He'd rather run or throw that ball away, but he's not going to put that ball in harm's way.
Do you think that he's made this a business decision to stop running?
I think
because
so.
Remember, these rumors have come out that he's not running the offense the way it's supposed to be ran, and maybe that's because he's deciding not to run. Yeah. And he's made a business decision that I'm not going to go out there and get beat up. And
I thought they were going to do it for a little while, and then near the middle of the last season, they would get back to their offense. Give him a little break, like him and Saquon. But they're going to have to do something because defenses know exactly what they're doing. There's no trickery to their offense anymore, and they just. I hope they continue the way they do.
Why make that business decision? He's not a small dude. He's very strong.
I don't know.
That don't mean he wants to get hit.
Slide.
And they didn't even run the tush push in this last game.
Yeah, I think they're doing it on purpose.
They probably were.
Teams are stripping him now, so
I'm just saying they need to get it out their system because they're gonna beat it next year.
Nope, sure ain't. All right, that was a pretty good topic. I think that I don't know. I think that I think we all gave some pretty good things except for Marcus. He was just apologetic for the whole time. He wasn't objective at all.
Why would I not be? He's not my team quarterback. Why would I not be?
I don't know. For some reason, you love the guy. You're not willing to look at the real pictures.
If he wasn't on the Eagles, I would feel sorry for Jalen. But I ain't feeling sorry for no Eagles quarterback.
How you gonna feel sorry for a winner?
Because it's an uphill battle for him that whole time to try to be there. You win a Super Bowl, and the fans still want you out.
Who said the fans want him out?
Oh, they definitely want him out. Go listen to Philly. Go listen to Philly radio. They want him gone.
They even brought it up.
They be stupid. That's why they're Philly fans.
They brought it up in Philly. Did you see the one? I don't know if I sent y'all the clip or something. Darian might have sent me the clip where the guy was like, "Could you imagine what we would be like if we had Dak?" And he was like, "I don't want to say it."
I see that.
I was like, "Ooh, that's like blasphemy up there for them." Yeah. All right, let's move into this next hot topic. We posed the question: should the NFL stop the Colts from letting Phillip Rivers play to prevent him from being seriously hurt? Rivers is 44 years old and he hasn't played in the NFL since 2020, and that's 5 years that he hasn't played.
That's so long ago. He's up for Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's going to be resetting the clock on his Hall of Fame.
Yeah, took it ahead.
He probably wasn't going to make first ballot anyway, so maybe that's why he did it. But dang, to reset that for a full 5 years, is that reset for 5 years?
Yep.
Well, he'll get in first ballot then, I guess. All right, so we pose this topic. I'll go first. I don't think the NFL really has any grounds that they could even do that under, for one. So I don't even think it's possible that they could tell a team, no, you can't sign a guy and he can't play, to play in the NFL. You can't get any more desperate than this, than the Colts have just gotten. Like, there has to have been, and I'm sure they probably called Tom Brady, who probably said no, I'm sure. But good.
He can't because of his affiliation with the Raiders now. He couldn't if he wanted to.
Yeah, you're right. I guess he probably couldn't. I don't know. That's a good thought. But there has to have been some other quarterback who, like, I would have begged David Carr. Yeah, I was gonna say, because he just popped into my mind. Like, David Carr. I would have figured out a way to get him out of retirement. Hell, I would have called up Andrew Luck. How long has it been since Andrew Luck played? Maybe
who was pissed. Pissed. Who was pissed.
Cam.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. Honestly, I would have called Cam. At that point, Phillip Rivers, come on, man. Come on. There's no way. He's 44 years old. Like, they saw Flacco and they was inspired, I guess. Like, yeah, Flacco could do it. So
yeah, but Flacco wasn't retired for a full 5 years.
I know. I wish there was something that the NFL could use to intervene, because this is scary, honestly. Like you said, he's 44 years old. And NFL, man, that's like 80. For real. So if they could, yes, I would say they should step in and be like, nah, y'all can't do this. But they can't, so it's not going to probably happen. Brian?
Yeah, I'm not too concerned. I mean, the gentleman you spoke of earlier was in the NFL at 45, and Rivers is a year younger than him. You got Rodgers, who's like 42, and he's playing, even though he's getting kind of beat up. But I don't think Rivers is going to see the field. The main reason why they brought Rivers in is because Rivers was like a tutor to this quarterback that they have going right now. So he's more of like a coach on the sideline to help this kid do better. And Rivers knows that offense already. So he was the easiest one to just bring in. Hopefully the kid stays healthy and Rivers never has to see the field, but I don't think it's too big an issue. His biggest issue is that Rivers is fat.
Yeah, he is. But he'll be in the second half of this game this weekend.
And see, all those names would take more ramp-up time.
Whatever.
To get
What? The 44-year-old dude who hasn't played in 5 years?
Rivers knows the offense. He knows the offense. Okay,
you can dumb that down.
You can.
You can dumb that down.
But remember now, the Colts are in a playoff chase. They're still trying to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Wait, didn't Gardner Minshew play for them a couple seasons ago?
Yes.
Hello.
I don't know. You rather have Gardner Minshew?
Yes.
Minshew ain't taking you nowhere.
And neither is Phillip Rivers. Like you said, he's big as he is.
Oh, man, he might have a renaissance, Herman. And, he got a lot of kids to feed, man. Let that man get a paycheck. Y'all are hard. But no, I'm not too concerned about it.
All right, Marcus, what say you?
I mean, I hadn't thought about the NFL not being able to intervene, but here's my thing. If you are trying to change your reputation as an NFL and you're really concerned about player safety and what's that disease they be getting up, the
CTE?
CTE?
Yeah, CTE.
You should 100% stop this guy from playing. You should 100% step in and say, listen, you've been out too long. You're old. It's not good. He could go out there, and I haven't looked at the court schedule, but these are young 20, 30-something-year-old people who are in football shape. They've been in training camp all summer. They've been in practice all season. They've been playing all season, And here you come off the couch to come and get hit by these dudes. Come on, bro.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna give you their schedule.
That's crazy to me. What's even more surprising
But I know
that
they play the
his-
Seahawks this week.
Yeah.
is that his wife didn't step in, which makes me think maybe they need the money because he do got a lot of kids. Because he do got a lot of kids. It's listen. I've never played football, but any retired football player will tell you, and even just as a regular person, I can tell you there are a couple things that I used to do when I was 20 that I probably can still do. But it's the after I do it that's the problem. It's the after problem. Do I think Phillip Rivers mentally can still play NFL football? Absolutely. Can he throw a pass probably just as good as he did when, 10 or 15 years ago? Probably so. I would say absolutely. But it's the after the game, after you take all those hits, it's the recovery at that age. And everybody here is a man of a certain age. You know what it's like. It's the after. It's the after. Like I said, this probably I can still do a lot of things I did when I was 20, but it's the after that will really affect me.
But they
It's
got
the
all
same.
the.
You wasn't
They
worried
got
about
all
no.
the.
You wasn't
they
worried
got
about
all
no
the
after when
technology.
Brady was playing.
They got all the technology.
Brady was still in shape. Brady was Brady even fully retired?
What
for a
makes you
year?
think maybe he kept himself in some type of shape?
Have you
Brian,
looked at? Have
you
you seen
saw him at the press
You
conference.
saw him at that press conference.
Stop it.
He a little chunky. He a little chunky. But you know he did have like one of the quickest releases in the NFL his whole year too. So if he can read the offense quick,
Well,
he can do
he
just like
better
Brady, get
because
that ball out of his hand as quick as possible. So
He
that
got-
Darian's comment about D-Law coming around the edge won't even be a factor.
Look, he got Seattle, he got San Francisco, he got Jacksonville, and he got Houston. So he got 3 defenses that can murder his dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
To me, it's irresponsible and basically reckless for the NFL to allow this to happen when you're trying to change a reputation and trying to player safety. This guy should not be playing. I'm sorry. And as far as these other old guys you talking about, Rodgers and Brady, Rodgers has not been retired, so he's still in some kind of football. He's old, yes, he's still kind of football shape. Brady, I don't think he was retired for a whole full year before he came back. He wasn't retired for a whole season. Like he retired at the end of the season and then was back in before the season started, wasn't
Yeah, something like that.
he? He didn't miss a season.
And they follow those regiments, those crazy regiments too. So
Yeah, you know type of stuff Brady's on. He followed,
And I want to know what these things that you think that you can do now that you could do when you was 20. I'm real curious.
I probably can
That's a whole nother show.
still dance like I used to when I was. Like I said, I can do it. It wouldn't be beneficial to me.
it's the afterlife.
It's the after. I'm going to be suffering after, and I might not be able to do it ever again. But I can still pop out a couple of those 90s dance moves, but it won't end well. So yeah,
Good luck, Philip. I wish you the best, sir.
I think there's so much to intervene. This dude should definitely not see a football field.
He's gonna see it. We're gonna see a spectacle. It's coming real soon. I think if he don't start, it'll be in the second half of the.
He gonna do a Nick Foles. He gonna do a Nick Foles and take him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. Those were our hot topics. Let's go ahead and get into this last week's game picks. First game we were going to review from last week is the Thursday night game. We had the Dallas Cowboys traveling into Detroit to take on the Detroit Lions. The Lions won this one 44-30. Jared Goff was 25 for 34, 1 touchdown or 309 yards passing. Montgomery, running back, had 6 carries for 60 yards, and Williams, the receiver, had 7 receptions for 96 yards. On the flip side, Dak Prescott, he was 31 for 47, 376 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Javonte Williams, 17 carries for 67 yards on 1 touchdown. CeeDee Lamb had 6 receptions for 121 yards in the first half, I believe. He went down in the third quarter with a concussion. Dallas turned the ball over 3 times. Detroit didn't turn the ball over. Penalties were about even, and Dallas actually won the time of possession, 31-23. A big difference was Detroit was 4 for 5 in the red zone, and Dallas was 1 for 3 in the red zone. I'll start this one. Well, Mark picked the Cowboys. I'll start this one off. Or Marcus, you can go.
Yeah, I picked the Cowboys. Cowboys have been really hot lately. Still think they have one of the best offenses in the league, but the defense looked like it did at the beginning of the season. And I was really surprised that Detroit came out and played like that. They looked like the Detroit of past years. But, those turnovers will do it. And just that red zone percentage will definitely do it. I still believe that game could have went either way. I don't know. It was a home game for the Lions. They came to play. It was an important game for the Cowboys. I still don't think they're done. I still think there's a good chance they'll make the playoffs, especially looking at their schedule. But I picked the Cowboys and I was wrong.
Yeah, I picked the Cowboys in this one too. And like you said, Marcus, the turnovers, you can't have 3 turnovers and the red zone. You got to score a touchdown. If the season went out, it kind of changed the face of the game at that point. They double teamed George Pickens. And the defense is disappointed me a lot. And a lot of it is the defensive coordinator just he calls the game so scared sometimes. You got Jared Goff, who's not a mobile quarterback, who's on the spot. Put some pressure on the quarterback. He's going to be there. He's going to be there. It's no point in dropping back into coverages and you say, well, I don't want to put pressure because somebody's going to be wide open. Somebody's wide open anyway because nobody's playing the zone properly. So, and the quarterback has 5 minutes back there in the pocket. So put some pressure on this quarterback who's not moving and make him get the ball out of his hands faster. So, yeah, Dallas is still hot. They still got a chance, but it would have been huge to win that game, and they didn't. I picked the Cowboys, and I got it wrong. All right, Mr. Reverse Psychology.
Do not play that music.
You don't want to be doing it.
No, don't play the music because my heart and my mind really felt the Cowboys were the better team. But, like Herman said, the defense kind of let you down. The fact that Amon-Ra St. Brown did play, the Cowboys should have been prepared for it. They obviously weren't.
Yep.
They kind of bottled up. What's the running back's name?
Javonte Williams.
No.
Gibbs.
Gibbs. They kind of bottled him up a little bit, and then he broke out. The other one, the backup, he was running hard against the Cowboys defense.
Montgomery.
Yeah, he was running hard. And the funniest statistic is that the Cowboys went for it on 4th down 2 times, and they got it both times. And the Lions didn't attempt any 4th down plays, which is kind of unheard of.
Yeah, right.
George Pickens he was playing, but I don't know. He wasn't putting it seemed like he was putting his heart into his routes, which caused a turnover. So it was a tough game for the Cowboys. They were valiant, but I mean, you got to give it to the Lions, man. The Lions came to play, and they put their foot down the whole time. So congrats to the Lions.
I'm gonna say this real quick too about Pickens.
You're lucky Mark ain't here, but.
Nah, I mean, because you know what? This is the typical NFL media that love a dude until he had one bad game, and then all of a sudden he's the worst thing in the world. They do want to dig up all this and that. I think the bottom line is he's never gone through that gauntlet like Dallas went through with those 3 games before. And he probably doesn't take care of himself the way he should because he's a young dude. He's still learning, whatever. I'm not going to sit up here and crap on.
You don't think he gave up on the plays? You don't think some of the interceptions would?
I'm saying that he wasn't playing. I'm saying he wasn't playing full out anyway. But what I'm saying is that is not that's not. I'm not gonna wrap that up and say, oh, that's what he is, because that's what he hasn't been all season long. But you have one game in the NFL, and now all of a sudden you're the worst thing in the world.
But it's not one game, Herman. It's his time in Pittsburgh. It's not one game.
That don't mean nothing to Dallas. I'm talking about what he did in Dallas. That's my whole point, though. They were screaming, "Sign this dude! Sign this dude!"
Shut up, Marcus.
No, because I'm tired of it. It's what they do. They're like, sign this dude. Dallas has to sign this dude. You can't not possibly sign this dude. Now this week, oh, you sign that dude. This is just the typical NFL wanting clicks and not giving true analysis and stuff. And I'm tired of it. So
The only faux pas I think that George made is that he gets into these arguments with the media.
yeah, he's
Online.
gonna have to learn. Yeah,
I think he needs to cut that out and let that go.
yeah,
Don't
I
let
can
these dudes
1000%
bait
agree
you
with
into
that.
this dumb stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
you
saying,
know, again, they're young. They have to learn.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna call me a Jalen Hurts apologist, I think you need to you're gonna about to be a George Pickens.
Nah, off. I'm just not gonna throw a dude under the bus off of one game. Everybody was screaming all season long how he was the best trade ever, and then one game makes him the worst. Now he's the worst thing ever. It's like miss me with that crap. All right, let's move on to the next game. We had the someone shouldn't be wearing a hat on.
Is
this
it me?
one,
I think it's me.
yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's you. It ain't me. We had the Chicago Bears going into Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers. Packers won this one in no, it wasn't overtime. It was regulation, 28-21. This was a good game. Jordan Love. Jordan Love. I'm just gonna call them by their last names. Love, 17 for 25, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception for 234 yards passing. Jacobs, 20 carries, 86 yards, 1 touchdown, and Watson, 4 receptions, 89 yards, and 2 touchdowns. On the flip side, Caleb Williams, 19 for 35, 186 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Swift, 13 carries for 63 yards, and the leading receiver was Burden III, 4 receptions for 67 yards. Each team had 1 turnover. Bears actually won the time of possession. Bears were 2 for 4 in the red zone, and Green Bay was 1 for 1 in the red zone. Brian, let's see. Mark picked the Bears in this one. Brian, who'd you have in this one?
I picked. Wait, why is Marcus wearing the hat then?
Because I meant Mark picked the Packers. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I said the Bears. I meant Packers.
I was like, because I picked the Packers too. But like Herman said, man, this was statistically this game was very close, man. You kind of got to give it to the Bears. They gave it their best shot. Like you said, each of them threw a pick. They each gave up 1 sack. The Bears' offensive yards was 315, and the Packers was 337. So the Packers they did a great job, and the Bears. I mean, they're surprising me every time I see them on the field. I'm still questioning the quarterback, but he's slowly making me turn that he actually was a good choice.
I don't know. He's putting up Jalen Hurts type numbers right now.
But the way they run that ball, I mean,
yeah.
How many rushing yards was it? Do you have that?
In total, no. I the leading rusher was Swift. He had 63.
Okay. But yeah, I had Green Bay, so I did pick this one right.
Yeah, I had Green Bay too. And one of the things for Green Bay now, the teams, and I picked Green Bay early in the season. Remember, I had a lot of confidence in them. But they got back that wide receiver, Christian Watson. Now they have a deep threat. That is a big boy. And Love can just chunk the ball down the field at him and say, hey, go get it. But you know, their defense is playing good. I think they're starting to the defense is probably getting better, I think, every week, honestly. I think they're you know, of course Micah's making a big impact, but I think they're starting to gel and play together better now that he's been there for a little while. But I did pick the Packers, and I got it right. I'm still not buying Caleb Williams. I'm just not, because 19 for 35, 186 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. I'm just not feeling like the quarterback's leading you to your, you know, to your wins with that. So, all right, Marcus.
You big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy. You big dummy. See what you did? Oh, no, you big dummy.
So yeah, we just basically need to stop picking Bears games, because every time I pick them, I never pick right. I thought the Cowboys were going to beat them. They won. I guess that swayed me to believe that they could beat the Packers, and the Packers are up and down. It's just a weird season for football. Every team is like week to week. You can't really predict where a team is going to be, except for a few of the top teams. I agree with you, Herman. I'm not all in on Caleb, but I am all in on Ben Johnson.
I will give you that.
So I believe that Ben Johnson he can win with Caleb. But if you talk about a lost cause in you, you start out number 1 seed in the NFC at the beginning of the week, and you drop all the way to number 7. I'm like, golly.
Wow, that's a tumble.
that's a big tumble right there. I mean,
Who sent that video of the bear in the tree?
that was
Marcus.
that was Linda.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's right. It was in the group. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I mean, they really need to win that game. Obviously they're still in it. Yeah, I just wish we need to stop picking Bears games because I never pick right on the Bears.
All right.
You
Yeah.
big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy. You big dummy. See what you did? Oh, no, you big dummy.
All right.
Shout out to Red Fox for that.
All right, moving on to the next game. We had the Tennessee Titans traveling into Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Browns.
Am I wearing that again, Herman?
Are you?
No.
No, that would have been Mark
No.
wearing the hat.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark would have been wearing that hat. No, I'm
He's been
sorry.
wearing-
He would have been wearing the other hat though.
He's
Yeah,
been wearing the other hat.
yeah.
Okay.
He missed it. The
And we talk
Titans,
stuff too, Herman.
right? We sure did. I'm glad he here for this. Woo! Let's get through this one quick. The Titans won this one with the assist from the Browns head coach. You big dummy. That's what you should have been playing for him, Marcus. Ward was 14 for 28, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception on 117 yards passing. Tony Pollard, 25 carries, 161 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. And then Spears, who's the backup running back, actually was the leading receiver for the Titans. That's bad. 2 receptions for 28 yards. Where are your wide receivers? On the flip side, Shedeur Sanders, 23 for 42, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 364 yards passing. I commend him because there was no run game. Now, could y'all imagine if they had a run game? Guess who the leading rusher was for the Browns? Oh, Shedeur Sanders. 3 carries for 29 yards and a touchdown. Leading receiver was somebody Fannin Jr., 8 receptions. Oh, his first name.
Harold. You can't say Harold, Herman.
It says H. So I thought it might be Hank or something. I don't know. 8 receptions, 114 yards, and 1 touchdown. Myles Garrett only had 1 sack in this game. He's still chasing the sack record, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get that. But again, where is the run game for Cleveland? All right, so Mark had this one right. He picked the Titans. I'll start this one off. I picked the Browns. I picked them because they were at home. Tennessee is a terrible team, and the Browns would have won this game if during their comeback, for one, why the coach went for 2 after they scored their first touchdown. Inexplicably went for 2 because if he had just kicked the field goal, they would have only had to, if they had only just kicked the extra point, they would have only had to gone down, score a touchdown, and kicked another extra point to tie the game. But Mr. I'm smarter pants than everybody else, Stefanski, I think he might be trying to get fired at this point. I don't know. Let's go for 2 so that if we go down and score a touchdown, we'll win it with the extra point. I guess that's what his thinking was. Stupid. It's almost like they're literally trying to sabotage Shedeur Sanders at this point, like for real. This makes no sense at all. Where is Judkins, this daggone rookie running back, for Sanders to have to throw 42 times?
I think Judkins got hurt.
Did he get hurt? Okay.
I think
The Browns are they're a dumpster fire. And if Shedeur Sanders should almost want to leave there. He should want to hope that they cut him so somebody can pick him up and actually maybe develop him a little bit better. I mean, you don't throw for 364 yards in the NFL and don't have some type of talent. So the dude has some talent. Like, again, I didn't think he was a first round pick, but I think he's going to show and can develop and show that he can play in the NFL. I mean, he was a 5th rounder. He could be, he could be like that. He could get a Super Bowl if he gets on the right team. You know what I mean? Possibly.
The Browns ain't it, bro.
Yeah, the Browns definitely ain't it. But I picked the Browns, and I ain't picking them again. Can we not pick the Browns games anymore either? Sick of them, stupid coach.
This is supposed to have been a fun game for the two
Yeah.
sorry teams, but
Yeah, well, see how that went. Marcus, who'd you have?
yeah.
Yeah, I also picked the Browns. Here's the thing, and I agree with everything you said about the coach. Dumb coaching, but the real villain in this story is the reason why I picked the Browns. Their defense. Their defense didn't show up at all.
Right.
How you? And listen, I think Tony Pollard is a good running back, but there's no way the Cleveland Brown defense, should let the dude get 161 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's just ridiculous. That's why Shorter Sanders had to throw 42 times, which is too many times, is too many, way too many. And why Cam Ward only had to throw 28 times, only 117 yards. That's the real villain in this story. It would have been out of Stefanski's hands had the defense would have performed like the reason why I picked him. That's the only reason I picked him was because of their defense, and they just let me down. So, yeah, I picked the Browns, and I was wrong.
All right, Brian, wrap it up.
Yeah, I was with you guys, and I went to Browns, and I'm with y'all frustrated with this one because when you put up 412 yards of total offense to 292, you should probably win that game. You know what I'm saying? The Titans did, like Marcus said, they outrushed them 184 yards to 61 for the Browns because the Browns had to try to come from behind on this particular game. But to have such a spectacular game from your rookie fifth string quarterback and your defense fifth round quarterback.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right too. Fifth string too.
He might,
close to
yeah. Yeah. And you not win that game for him, defensively is sad. The Titans, I still don't understand how they won this game. I still keep looking at the statistics and stuff. I can't figure out how they won this game, but they did it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We don't, Brian. This is a family show, sir.
All right, moving on to the next game. We had the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling into Baltimore to take on the Baltimore Ravens. The Steelers won this one in a close one, 27-22. This one was actually for the division lead, and the Steelers pulled it out. Aaron Rodgers was 23 for 34, 1 touchdown, 284 yards passing. Kenneth Gainwell was your leading rusher with 4 carries and 15 yards. DK Metcalf, 7 receptions for 148 yards. On the flip side, Lamar Jackson was 19 for 35, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 219 yards passing. Derrick Henry, 25 carries, 94 yards. And Zay Flowers, 8 receptions for 124 yards. Marcus, who did you have in this one?
I picked the
Who
Ravens.
did Mark have?
Oh, Mark had the Ravens.
Okay.
I picked the Ravens, and I don't know. This is just a like bizarro year. I mean, you gonna tell me that the Kansas City Chiefs and the Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs, and the Lamar Jackson-led Baltimore Ravens might not make the playoffs, and that the Josh Allen Buffalo Bills might not win it. They'll make the playoffs, but might not win the division. I'd slap you. I'd say you're crazy. But it's looking like that's the way it's going to go. And it's I don't know what to say about the Ravens. But let me say I don't know what to say about the Steelers either. Whoever makes it out the AFC North, they're probably one and done and gone. And it's weird to say this, but Harbaugh might be playing for his job to remain of the season because I don't know.
I just don't see it.
I don't know what this is just unacceptable. And there has to be something wrong with Lamar. They're saying he took a day off practice this week just to rest, which I don't believe at all. Something is seriously wrong. They're just not being forthcoming with it. It's just a bizarre season in the NFL. I picked the Ravens, and I was wrong.
Brian, sorry.
Yeah, I was with you guys. I went to the Ravens. And again, this is another game where I don't know how the Ravens lost this game. 420 offensive total yards, 203 passing, 217 rushing. I mean, they had 1 turnover. They did allow 1 sack. They were 3 for 4 on 4th down. I mean,
yeah,
this
but
is
look
crazy.
At the next
Time
stat.
of possession.
Look at the next stat.
What
That tells you why they lost the game. 2 for 6 in the
Total plays?
2 for 6 in the red zone.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why they
Yeah,
lost.
but I mean, the Pittsburgh wasn't that, but it's better 2 for 4. So
50%
I
is
mean,
better than 30-something percent, though.
you got to give it to Pittsburgh. Then that's true. That's true. But I mean, I don't. If you tell me a Ravens team is going to put that many points up and still lose, I'm gonna be surprised.
Yeah, I was with you too. We all were in accord on this one and got it wrong. We picked the Ravens, and it's like you said, Marcus, and I keep saying it too. It's just a bizarro year this year in the NFL. It's stuff that's happening just doesn't make a lot of sense. And like you said, you're looking at Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, possibly not being in the playoffs because even the Bills are still could possibly not.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, I'll throw him in there too. Possibly not in the playoffs. It's crazy. I think Baltimore's been the craziest, but in my opinion, I don't think Baltimore was in the playoffs last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to fire Harbaugh off of one bad year. They don't move like that. That's why they're who they are, and that's why they're always.
But it's not really. I mean, so it depends how you define bad year. It's been disappointments. Like they should have won. They had a home field advantage 2 years ago.
It's just not going to happen. They're not going to start over. They're not doing it. I don't.
What do you mean? But okay. I thought you're saying it's not going to happen. They're going to win a Super Bowl. You're saying it's not going to happen that they're going to fire him.
Yeah, they're not firing Harbaugh.
They may part ways amicably.
That's the same as firing. We all know that. It's not happening. It's just not. All right, let's move into the next game. Boy, we are running on time. All right, we had the Houston Texans traveling into Kansas City to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Texans won this one 20-10. The Texans' defense has been on fire. CJ Stroud, 15 for 31, 203 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Leading rusher was Marks, 26 carries for 68 yards, and the leading receiver for Houston was Nico Collins, 4 receptions, 121 yards. On the flip side, Patrick Mahomes was 14 for 33 and 3 interceptions. Patrick Mahomes was the leading rusher for Kansas City, 7 carries, 59 yards. Leading receiver for Kansas City was Xavier Worthy, 3 receptions for 55 yards. Kansas City was 1 for 2 in the red zone. Time of possession was pretty close. I'll go first. I picked the Texans, and it's just because the Chiefs are spiraling, and right now they're done. Everybody, they still have a chance, but they're not playing good football at all. They're done. It's just one of those off years. And the thing is that the thing about this is the Chiefs fans can be upset now, and I get it. But what y'all got to understand is you still have a Super Bowl caliber team, and guess what? Now you get to add a high draft pick that you haven't added a high draft pick or a higher draft pick in how many years? Because your picks
about 10 years.
Yeah, your picks have always been in the high 20s and 30s. So now you get to actually get a talent that's close, that's closer to the top of the draft. So that's the bright side for you to look at. You still got a franchise quarterback. You're gonna have to replace your tight end because your tight end is done. He should have retired probably last year. I just don't think his heart is in this anymore. But I picked the Chiefs and I got this one. I'm sorry, I picked the Texans and I got this one right. Oh, and on the flip side, props to the Texans because they're playing some really good football right now. They've come hot. They've become hot, really hot. Andy Reid was doing stuff, coaching wise, like he was desperate, and it kind of showed. I think he went for it a couple times, and he put his defense was actually playing pretty good, and because Stroud really didn't have no time back there. But then Andy Reid's going for it on 4th down, and they're not getting it, and they're putting their defense in short fields, and you didn't have to do that. You could have just punted the ball and made them drive the field because Houston was struggling to move the ball. They would just make plays here and there. So I kind of put a lot of this on Andy Reid. He was coaching like a desperate coach. I've never seen him make calls like that before. So I picked the Texans and I got it right. Brian, who'd you have?
Yeah, I was with you, Herman. I picked the Texans, and you're right. The Texans defense has been on a tear. And the statistic that drove you crazy, Herman, is that the Chiefs were 1 for 3 on 4th down, and one of those 4th downs was in their territory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Andy was desperate. Andy is coaching desperate, which is not a good look. Like you said, Herman, you needed to rely more on your defense. Stop thinking that your offense can do everything. The Chiefs lost this game because of bad coaching, which is weird to say. Mahomes was definitely off, like you said, with the 3 interceptions in this game. The running game wasn't on point. I mean, they did get amassed 82 yards, but like I said, most of those came from Mahomes. He had 59 of them. So the quarterback really shouldn't be leading. You got what's his name, Pacheco back. You still had what's his name?
Hunt.
Hunt. It's just looking different this year. And then the other thing is that I saw that was creative is that the Texans defense got 2 sacks from Mahomes in that game as well. So you got to give it up to that Texans defense, man. They're balling.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know about all that. Easy on that now.
Right. Marcus, who do you have in this one?
I also picked the Texans. Like you said, the mystique is gone. The Chiefs are not looking like the Chiefs of old. And so I really didn't have that much faith in them. And the Texans defense have been playing,
Oh, Herman, your boy
out.
scored a touchdown.
Yeah, so.
Pitts.
Pitts.
No, Pitts. Go ahead,
And,
Mark, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Texas defense, they've been playing all out. There's a good chance they're gonna make it to the playoffs, I believe.
Y'all think they
And
got a chance to win the division?
Yeah, they actually
Yeah,
did.
they definitely got a chance to win the division.
Yeah.
They definitely got a chance. I would say it's very likely at this point, especially if Philip Rivers tries his old behind out there. I say the Texans are definitely going to win the division.
Sir, the Texans haven't won a Super Bowl. What?
And the Giants, and as long as the Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl, the Giants still ain't caught up to them. So let us know when that happens.
But I think it's time for Kelsey to retire. And why wouldn't he? He about to be super rich. About to marry some money.
Super rich.
Well, I don't know about that.
He ain't Taylor Swift rich.
No, I know he's not Taylor
Definitely
Swift
not
rich, but
that
he's already rich. Okay.
But I mean, he about to be stupid rich. He about to be FU rich. That's what he about to be. He about to be FU rich. And it's funny. I saw the statistic today, and it's really funny that Patrick Mahomes' numbers have been in decline every year since Benamy left. So
Get out of here! Get out of here, man!
his numbers have been in decline every year since
went
Benamy
to
left.
the Super Bowl last year, sir.
But his stats have been in decline. He hasn't been the Patrick Mahomes we knew in the beginning. His stats, his numbers have been dropping every year since the enemy left. So might need to bring him back. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's get this last game over with. This is the best game of the week.
For who?
What? It was a good game. What?
For who?
I enjoyed it.
Anybody that don't like the Eagles,
Right. So the Philadelphia Eagles traveled into Los Angeles and took on the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers won this one in overtime, 22-19, off of a Jalen Hurts interception near the goal line that deflected off of a cornerback's hand. Justin Herbert, playing with a broken non-throwing hand, was 12 for 26, 1 touchdown, 1 interception for 139 yards passing. He was also the leading rusher. Look, these teams need to find running backs. 10 carries. This is ridiculous. Justin Herbert was your leading rusher, 10 carries for 66 yards. And then the leading receiver was the running back, 1 reception for 60 yards. I mean, what are we doing here? On the flip side, Jalen Hurts was 21 for 40, 240 yards passing, and 4. Yes, I said 4 interceptions. Saquon Barkley had 20 carries for 122 yards and 1 touchdown. A.J. Brown, the reason that apparently the Eagles are losing all these games, had 6 receptions for 100 yards. Dang, I hate it when I lose games because my top receiver has catches. It's crazy.
He's productive. How dare he?
Yeah, how dare he be productive? maybe Philly lost this game because they were 0 for 2 in the red zone. Maybe that's part of the reason. Maybe Philly lost.
These are the
this
most
game.
slanted statistics I've ever heard in my life, boy. I mean,
maybe
slanted commentary.
Maybe Philly lost this game because the time of possession, the Chargers had the ball for like 9 more minutes than Philly did. Maybe,
You like the Fox News of statistics right now. You're just doing all kinds of commentary in there, bro.
In this game, Jalen Hurts was the first quarterback since 1978 to have 2 turnovers in one play. He had.
I thought he was the only quarterback to ever have it.
No, he was the first one to have one.
He said the first
since 1978. Yeah,
somebody else was the first ever.
I thought he was too. Apparently, somebody else did it. But in the game, Hurts threw an interception while the defender was returning the ball. He fumbled. Hurts recovered the ball, went to run, and he fumbled. So yeah, that was wild. And then the Chargers got it back. So Marcus, I'll let you apologize for Hurts first, and then me and Brian will go ahead and pile on afterwards.
Yeah.
Who did Mark have?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Let's see. Mark had the Chargers.
Okay.
So am I wearing a hat for that?
Oh no, I think. Oh, Brian, you might want to break out the hat, buddy. That you don't know where it is.
Y'all know I ain't got that.
Yeah, I ain't got my hat.
No, but I picked the Eagles. But I picked the Eagles up.
No, you didn't. You picked the Chargers.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not mine. Are you sure? I sure enough did.
I always write it down.
I sure enough did. Okay, so I picked the Chargers. Yeah. Eagles have been looking terrible last couple of weeks. So I figured they're going through this game looking terrible too. So I picked the Chargers, and I was right.
Yeah, I picked the Chargers just hoping that they could get this win. Honestly, I thought the Eagles would beat the Chargers. For the Eagles to have such a talented team, they're a dumpster fire. They're 8-4 or whatever they are, 8-5 dumpster fire. That's what they are. And all season long, I've been telling y'all that they cannot keep winning games like the way they was winning, because at some point it's going to catch up to them. And no, somebody on this panel kept apologizing and
If you're winning, you're winning. If
and
you're winning, you're winning.
apologizing. Well, guess what? They're losing now. They're not winning and they losing 3 in a row. And if somehow, like we all like, ain't no way, but if they lose to the Raiders, which I ain't even gonna say is not possible at this point with this Eagles team, anything's possible.
I'm still predicting. I mean, I don't know if we talk about it later. I'm still predicting the Cowboys make the playoffs. So yeah, I think it's highly possible the Eagles might lose to the Raiders.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I picked the Chargers in this one just because I was hoping, and I got this one right. And I guess Brian was doing reverse psychology. Brian, who'd you pick?
I picked the Eagles, and part of the reason why I picked the Eagles is because I was nervous about Kansas City. I'm sorry, excuse me, the Chargers quarterback hand. What's his name?
Justin Herbert.
Herbert, coming back. Wasn't sure if he's going to be able to get under center. Thought that the defense would be able to shut that offense down. And, I mean, they kind of did. I mean, Herbert was only 139 yards. And then, he was the leading rusher too. So the Chargers got enough points to get this win, but they did kick a lot of field goals in this game. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mm-hmm. They only scored 1 touchdown. The rest of their points were field goals. So the Eagles defense brought their game into it. It's just that Jalen Hurts decided to just throw up all over himself and throw 4 interceptions, like you said, and have a fumble. I mean, when you're responsible for all the turnovers, it's not good.
That's wild right there. 5.
Yeah. I mean, statistics are statistics. I don't know how you're hating on that.
Right.
But it was a good game. The Chargers won, and they keep the Cowboys' playoff hopes. Yeah, crack them. Thanks.
A little open. Yeah, a little open. All right, how'd y'all do this week?
2-4.
Awful. 2-4 too.
And I'm back to under 500 for the year.
Wow, I was 3-3. Yeah, 3-3.
If I end this year under 500, I'm gonna be really annoyed, boy.
You don't know what Mark was, did he?
Nah. Well, I'd have to count it. We got to move on.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get into this week's games. We already picked the Bucks against the Falcons at the Bucks. Just
it's
to
currently
recap
tied
it,
7-7.
Yeah, the Bucks are 5-point underdog. 5-point favorite in this one, and the predictor had the Bucks winning 63% of the time. All right, so we're gonna move into the next game. We have the Buffalo Bills, the 9-4 Buffalo Bills, going into New England to take on the 11-2 Patriots. Reading them stats, you would have thought the Patriots was Tom Brady was still with the Patriots. It's a shocker. The predictor actually likes the Bills in this one, 54% of the time, which I'm a little shocked at. There's no spread on this one.
Yeah, -5.
Minus
Oh, I'm
1.5.
sorry.
The Bills
Okay,
are giving up
the
1.5.
Bills are giving up one and a half. So a little bit disrespectful to the Patriots. Marcus, who you got in this one?
I'm calling the Patriots sweep this season. I'm calling the Patriots.
You know what? I'm with you too, Marcus, on this one. I have been picking against the Patriots a lot this season, and not today. This week, I'm going to roll with the Patriots at home. I don't know which Bills team is going to show up once again anyway, so I'll go with the Patriots. They've been pretty consistent. Brian, who do you have in this one?
Man, I think that the MVP, Josh Allen, puts a chokehold and makes it tighter on those Patriots with that division lead. Give me the Buffalo Bills.
All right.
You find your hat next week, Brian.
Who'd Mark have?
He didn't say.
He didn't give us those picks. He just gave us the Bucks.
Right.
Okay, we'll have to make sure he puts them in
Yeah.
the group chat.
Yeah,
I mean, in the,
chat.
So find your hat next week, sir.
I don't need that hat.
All right. Well, this game became a whole lot easier to pick, I believe.
I think so too.
We have the 8-5 Colts traveling into Seattle to take on the 10-3 Seahawks. The Seahawks are 10.5 point favorites in this one, okay? And now this is crazy. 10.5 point favorite predictor is only giving them 57%.
Yeah, it should be higher than that.
It
Shouldn't it?
seems like the
Yeah.
predictor should be a lot higher than that.
It's like 60% else. At least
Yeah,
in the
at
60s
least.
somewhere.
If you think you can give up 10, yeah. I'll start this one off since this is pretty easy. You know what? If Phillip Rivers beats the Seattle Seahawks, I know something. Give me the Seahawks in this one. I just don't see it. Not only did the Colts lose Daniel Jones, they lost I forget. I think they lost one of their corners in that game also. So I'm going with the Seahawks in this one. And Brian, who you got?
Do the Colts still got their running back?
Yeah, they still got Taylor, and they still
Yeah, it don't matter. Seahawks are gonna win.
yeah.
Seahawks.
Yeah. All right, and Marcus.
Yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks.
It's probably going to be a clean sweep, but we'll have to see what Mark says. All righty, moving on to the next game. We have the 8-5 Lions going into Los Angeles to take on the 10-3 Rams. The Rams are 4.5 point favorite, and the predictor likes the Rams 58%. So that's why the whole predictor on the last game don't make no sense.
It don't make sense.
It's kind of weird. What are you typing? What are you doing?
Well, I guess the percentage.
Oh, sorry.
Is
I'm on the wrong one. I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong one.
I guess the percentage and the spread must not be linked at all. Must be
They're
totally
not. They
independent
must
of one
not
another.
be. All right. I guess the predictor is like a simulator or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Bijan is on his.
Brian, who you got?
Oh, Rams, man. Give me the Rams.
Marcus, who you got?
I'm taking the Rams as well.
Yeah, I'm in on the Rams too. I think the Lions just got fortunate to get the Cowboys when they weren't ready. The Rams aren't going to be sleeping. Give me the Rams. Next game, we got the 5-8 Vikings traveling into Dallas to take on the 6-1 Cowboys. Cowboys are giving up 6.5 point favorite. What's the predictor on this one, Brian? Because it's not on the sheet.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry.
Not at all.
And neither is the Steelers.
Yeah, keep on talking because it's going to take me a minute.
Well, no dead air. I'll Marcus, you can start this one. Who you got?
I'm taking the Cowboys.
Yep, I'm rolling with the Cowboys too. I think they'll bounce back this week. And Dallas usually plays a whole lot better at home. Give me the Cowboys. And Brian, who you got?
Yeah, I'm done with the reverse psychology. Give me my boys.
All righty. And the last game of the week, we have the surging 6-7 Dolphins traveling into Pittsburgh to take on the 7-6 Steelers.
You know the Dolphins aren't completely eliminated yet.
Yeah, I know. but they're going to play outside this week, so that's probably going to be a problem.
Yeah, in the cold too.
Yeah, even though they just won a cold game last
did?
week. Yeah, they won whoever it was there.
Yeah.
That's Tua's like first cold game, I think. The Steelers are 3.5-point favorites in this one, and I don't know what the predictor is saying because it's not there.
It's coming.
Show be over by the time we get there.
Right.
59%, 60% for the Steelers.
All right, so Steelers are 60% by the predictor. All right, I'll pick this one first. I was big on Miami, I think, earlier in the season, like before it started. Give me the Steelers, even though I don't believe in them either. Brian?
Yeah, it's cold again. They ain't winning 2 games in a row. Give me Pittsburgh.
And Marcus?
I'm hating having to pick the Steelers and the Ravens. But I'm going to pick the Steelers.
Yeah. All righty, so that. Look, we no lone wolves this week unless Mark decides the lone wolf, and everybody was kind of in the same accord this week on the pick. So we'll either all be good or we'll all be bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that wraps.
We should all have the same record.
Yeah, pretty much. That wraps up our show for tonight. We appreciate everybody tuning in on a Thursday. We're usually on Wednesday. We'll get into our final thoughts and then we'll get out of here. Brian, you have any final thoughts?
Yes. My final thought is that gold does not rust, it tarnishes, and it can always be shined.
Is that true? Is that true or you just made that up? I'm about to Google that.
I don't think gold rusts.
That might actually, I think you're right. It does rust.
That's possible. Final thought. I had one and I forgot it. Just again, thanks for the support. Looking forward to the holiday season coming up.
Congratulations to Yasmin.
Oh yes. Congratulations to the fifth Beatles daughter graduating college this weekend. Yasmin, congratulations. All right, Marcus, I'll throw it to you for your final thought, and you can get us up out of here.
Well, you took my final thought because that was going to be it. So, once again, congratulations to Yasmin.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So, before we get out of here, I want to encourage everyone to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're watching on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook and our Facebook group, The Layered Game. We're on X at The Layered Game 3, on Instagram at The Official Layered Game, and on TikTok at The Layered Game 91. You can also catch us over on the Aboriginal Sports Network. We broadcast over there at the same time we broadcast over here. So when you're done over here, going over there and check those guys out. That's the Aboriginal Sports Network. We will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace. We out.
Not a catch.
Oh, they ruled it incomplete.
No.